What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the PE Nintendo Switch and Gaming News video. I hope your Thursday is going well. I know I'm doing fantastic, and I'm so happy to bring you guys some new updates from the gaming world. So let's go ahead and get right into this. Image and Form discusses the ease of developing for the Nintendo Switch, in addition to teasing some future support. So this is coming from an interview with N Tower, and they talked to, is it Bryjan? I don't know, it's B-R-J-A-N-N, and it has one of those little squiggly lines, or those little lines at the top. I know they're from Sweden, so I'm terribly sorry to all my Sweden viewers or Swedish viewers out there if I messed up that name. But anyway, I think that guy, I email him for review codes and stuff too, so they know me over there, so I'm probably going to be able to play SteamWorld Dig 2 early. But anyway, let's get into some of this interview here from N Tower. So the first question that they asked them was, in development, what was your biggest challenge to overcome with the Nintendo Switch and the game in general? And here's what Image and Form had to say. We were surprised how easy the Nintendo Switch was to work with. When we get new platforms to work with, we are used to getting problems. So it always takes time to get your first game onto a new platform. So we had to set aside 14 days, or almost 3 working weeks, to get a decent build running on the Nintendo Switch. But instead, it took 2 days to get it up and running, and we were sure we made something wrong. And then they laughed about that, because usually it's like, no way that it can be that quick that we're getting this up and running. So we were talking to the engineers at Nintendo just to make sure if this was right, and they said, yeah, that seems to be in order. It's been uniquely easy to work with the Nintendo Switch. Now, they did talk about some other things there as far as just more with the development. Make sure you check out the link in the description below. But I wanted to move on to the next thing as far as the next question from N Tower, and here's what they had to ask them and the answer. What do you think about the future of the Nintendo Switch, and do you consider developing more titles for Nintendo's new console? And here's what they had to say. I think the future of the Nintendo Switch is just super bright. I think everyone here agrees that the Nintendo Switch is the most interesting platform in the world right now. That's a no-brainer. And it's also a no-brainer that we are hopefully bringing many more games to Nintendo Switch. It's like before, you had a smartphone, you had a mobile phone, and a PDA, right? And when I was walking around with these two things, I was always thinking, why can't I have both in one? And then Apple comes with the iPhone, and now the Nintendo Switch comes as it is a stationary console and it's a handheld. So I sit there and thought, this is what I wanted a long time ago. I think it's going to continue to be a massive consumer hit, so we would be really stupid if we didn't develop more games for it. So yes, that's definitely the plan. So a couple things about this interview that I really like. I like the fact that he says that it was really easy to get their game up and running as far as a build goes. 2 days. That is a completely different, like, 180 from the Wii U and even from the 3DS as far as development tools go. The Nintendo Switch is much easier to kind of get things up and going. They had no problem as far as their game. I do feel that even as we get to bigger games, more developers are going to get more familiar with the tools that the Nintendo Switch offers, and they're going to be more familiar with what you can do with the system given its constraints, given its power, and all of that. So I think going forward, there's going to be more and more developers, and we're already kind of seeing that. We had an amazing Indies Direct that went over a ton of great stuff. Plus stuff like Unreal Engine 4 has been big for many different developers out there when it comes to Grasshopper Manufacturer with Suda51, Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, or even that brand new game, Morphe's Law. So it's really good to see that Nintendo's provided a system that's a lot easier to develop on, a lot easier to get your engines up and running, and gives you more tools to work with. Now, moving on to what he said next, obviously they're going to support the Nintendo Switch going forward. It would be silly not to. SteamWorld Dig 2 is going to sell a lot of copies on the Nintendo Switch. It's essentially getting what everyone wanted before when you looked at the Wii U platform and the Nintendo 3DS. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of Image and Form's games on the Nintendo Switch. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. Sonic Forces officially launches on November 7th in North America and Europe, and we have a bonus edition revealed that includes a Sega/Atlas All-Stars pack for hero characters. So let's go ahead and get into this article here. Sonic Forces will launch on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC on November 7th in North America and Europe, Sega has announced. Starting today, users can pre-order the physical-only bonus edition for consoles only, not PC, for $39.99 or $54.99 CAD. Available for a limited time only, the bonus edition will contain a Sonic Forces controller skin and the Sega/Atlas pack add-on, which offers 13 in-game outfit items and accessories to recreate the look of 5 other Sega/Atlas icons for your hero character, including Jet Set Radio, Persona 5, Puyo Puyo Tetris, Super Monkey Ball, and Knights. There's a brand new set of screenshots if you check out the link in the description below, as well as glamour shots for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch controller skins. So this is very interesting, and I think it's kind of cool. People were kind of like trashing it online a bit with the Persona 5 as far as the hero character and all that, but it's just the bonus, and this game is a budget title. I think there was some rumors going around that this would happen, one when it comes to the skins, in addition to it being a budget title, and it definitely is. $39.99, $20 off of the normal price of what you would consider most games. So I finally think that Sega is realizing that Sonic is no longer that type of like huge, massive, we need to charge the most amount, and that a lot over like the course of all of the decades with so many bad games that many people probably just aren't going to go out and buy a Sonic game. Even if it's good, they're not going to go out and buy a Sonic game for $59.99. Sega has finally realized that, and this game is cheaper than the Wii games that launched, as far as like Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight. Those were all $50 at launch, so this is even cheaper than that. So I do feel that it's them probably getting more, I guess, familiar with the new Hedgehog engine and it being around for so long, so maybe development wasn't as expensive as before, but it's also them probably realizing that Sonic just isn't that dude anymore when it comes to the video game industry, to where you can charge the highest amount. Now, some people are even saying it could be potentially because of the quality of the game, but I don't necessarily think so, as like Sonic Mania at $20 and the quality is good, so I don't think it's that. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, there hasn't been many gameplay videos. There's been some impressions here and there, and some people have already proclaimed it's bad. Some people say that it's pretty good. Some people say that it's just meh. So we have to wait and see on the final verdict. Like I said, for me, I'm going to wait. I'm going to try to see if I can get a review copy for you guys. But this is pretty cool for a bonus if you pre-order it, and it's $39.99. For a lot of people with the Best Buy Gamers Club, might be an impulse buy because it's like $31 at that point. So we'll see what happens at the end as far as when the reviews come out and what the consumers say about the product. Alright, and moving on to the last article here. Nintendo Switch sales have hit over 1.5 million units in Japan in less than 6 months on the market with supply constraints. So one of the interesting things that came out of the most recent media create was that Nintendo actually sold over 1.5 million units of the Nintendo Switch, and to be exact, throughout 1,527,962 units, which is absolutely phenomenal for less than 6 months on the market, and they're pretty much like halfway past the total install base as far as Japan goes when it comes to Wii U. They're already halfway past that, and probably by the holiday season, we're probably going to be well past that. I remember when Splatoon launched in Japan, I think it was like at 2.2 or 2.3 million, and that was nearly 3 years after the Switch launched. So yeah, by the end of the year, they might have already surpassed that and pretty much passed up the whole entirety of the Wii U as far as install base in Japan. And it's really not surprising considering that the Nintendo Switch is more of the hybrid. It has the portable aspect, it has the console aspect. Japan loves portables more than they do home consoles. But I think the more surprising thing is that it's even supply constrained and it's doing as well as it is. Now, Nintendo has been stepping it up. Obviously, you're going to have a couple off weeks like they did. I think last week there just wasn't enough stock, so there was only like 20,000 K or so. But then this week was much better as they sold nearly 70,000. And if you look at the Famitsu charts, they actually sold around 80,000 units or so of the Nintendo Switch, so online retailers and all of that. So definitely much better than previous weeks, but like I said, there's going to be dips and spikes depending on the stock. But generally just speaking, since Splatoon 2 launched and Dragon Quest and all that, they've been doing a lot better when it comes to stock, and I think that it's going to continue to get better, as once again that they said that they've doubled down on producing and manufacturing, and they should get more because Pokken is coming up. There's Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 as far as that coming up in Japan as well. Plus we have Fire Emblem Warriors, that's also coming up. All that is in September. Those 3 games are all in September. That is really big for Japan. As far as us, we're getting Fire Emblem Warriors in October, but Japan gets it in September. So I'm pretty sure they're going to have to really make sure they get stock out there for those 3 games as well. So it's going to be interesting. And I'm happy that Nintendo's doing a lot better now than they were before, and I think they're going to keep it up. Just as long as they keep on trying to put out as many units as they can get in that 60, 70, 80,000 range, 100,000 range. By the holiday season, I'm pretty sure they'll have enough stock to where they're selling 300, 400,000 units a week in the holiday season. So looking forward to seeing all the different announcements that come about from these great sales. And what do you guys think about how well the Switch is doing? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also make sure you check out our Patreon page. Pledge any tier if you're interested to win some awesome prizes each month. In addition to that, we have Discord voice chat and $10 price eShop tournaments from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, and more. So support PE Live and PE Arena right here on PlayerEssence. And tonight we will be having that $10 price eShop tournament for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so make sure you join us for that at 5:30 p.m. PT / 8:30 p.m. ET. Make sure you hit that like button too if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace.